want to just look through this, or do you want me to email you this? This is the stuff that came from William.
Email it to me. I'll compare it with what my Skype says and see if I got ripped off later. Sigh. Sleepy. Do you have any plans for New Year's? Yes, for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I plan to sit here and fix more MacBooks. Every day we will fix a MacBook. This PCH get replaced yet on that other MacBook. Paul's going to be right on it as soon as Camille brings up the Zomo. Fuzzy camera. It's a fuzzy camera because, well, I tried getting a different lens and it still looked like shit. So what do you want from me? Buy me a red camera. I don't want to fix another MacBook. How many MacBooks do you have to repair? I have to repair MacBooks until I am a homeowner. Once I am a homeowner, I will not have to fix MacBooks anymore. Resolution is limited to 360p. That sounds like a problem that you should email Susan W. on. You should definitely email YouTube about that. Contact their customer service department. Yeah, I would definitely contact YouTube's customer service department there. I'm sure they'll get right on fixing that for you. They'll get right on that, friend. Snippety snap. Oh, it looks like somebody must have emailed YouTube's customer service department since they're saying it works now. This is a MacBook. Now let's look over the ticket. The ticket for this MacBook says, Apple repair said liquid damage. Black screen, but I don't know how it got, when or how it got damaged. Please advise. Sure. Allow me to advise. This got liquid damaged while you were being careless with your $2,000 product and decided to spill shit all over it. Unfortunately, I can't tell you when this happened because I don't follow you around all day. But what I can tell you is that you clearly spilled shit on it and that Apple is not lying to you there. I hope you're okay with my advisement. Now we're going to try and figure out why the screen is blank. Let's unplug this battery over here. Take a look at the screen. Why do you hate everything? You have another sensor failure?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Your foot is moving up and down. Your eyes are dilating. You're taking the hat off. Now you're really going in on it.
Yeah, it's going to be in 2 pieces if I don't fix it. Not really,
I don't want to fix another MacBook. I don't have any desire to fix another MacBook. What is the point of life if it's nothing but this MacBook fixing over and over again? Because we're gonna... It's just like... It's gonna be another one right after it. What did you do to this MacBook? You filthy human? There's 2 Pauls in the chat. Paul Daniels is here. He's the man that codes my broken software. No corrosion. I'm going to destroy that corrosion. The lentil soup cure you yet? Working on it. I had 2 today so far. So Paul Daniels added the next and previous feature to Flex Board View. Everybody in chat say thank you to Paul Daniels for that. And for F's sake, who is it that keeps ringing Paul Daniels' doorbell before 11? You got to see the picture. He has this large font sign, and this I swear customers are the same everywhere in the world. So he lives in this small town in Australia, and he has a sign on his door, and it says 11 to 6, and the sign is right next to the buzzer, so you can't see the buzzer without first seeing the sign, and yet people will show up way before 11 o'clock and ring the buzzer. It's not just a door. It's not like a store that you just walk into. There's a buzzer and a door. I don't get how people do these things.
I would program it so that the buzzer shocks them outside hours. It's not going to hurt you.
We even know you were touching somebody else's property when you weren't supposed to. I think that's fine.
It's trespassing outside hours.
Sure, it's trespassing. Make the buzzer shock them outside hours, Paul. Send a good 240 volts straight to them. SS396 says it doesn't say which time zone to use. It's always 11 to 6 somewhere. Johnny Fix says Aussies can't read. I had a lady skip the entire line of about 20 people asking if I had any water. Wow. Though that's something. I think my milkshake will have brought all the backlight to the yard at this point. This looks beautiful to me. So I'm going to see if there's a short to ground on backlight output, and if there isn't, we're going to try that. 18 million ohms. Ahem, show up on screen. There we go. Millions of ohms. So let's see if we get a backlight on this. So somebody in this chat who just got back a working computer is also, I spotted them with some Torx and Phillips screwdriver kits. Is somebody about to start offering MacBook board repair in their hometown? Spin, fan, spin. There we go. This is not what a screen looks like. Oh god, you're rebooting repeatedly. Hey, look, we got a screen. All that needed was a little bit of rework. Magic. Easy, no backlight MacBook repair. Thanks for the advice with the 2014 11-inch Air. I took it apart, couldn't find a trace of liquid near the trackpad, cable, or JTIG, but is it normal for the board to be miscolored like this? Link that I can't click. Oh, fuck. Is it normal for the board to be discolored like this? I have 5 seconds left to type that. Shit. imgur.com/p5s capital QC capital J lowercase v dot JPEG. I've never seen that, but it doesn't look like water damage. You should be good to go. Hi got it. Huh. I guess we could trust Hi for something. Somebody might start experimenting on their own stuff before helping others with their stuff. How about you start guiding me through fixing some of the next set of boards that we have on this. You've been watching long enough that you should know the answers. So you're going to start experimenting on the stuff in my queue. You're going to walk me through and tell me what to do. And we will see if you're ready. So next MacBook. Oh, you're going to be doing. I'm just going to be doing the soldering. You're going to be telling me what to do. Okay. Filthy MacBook. Alright. You found a burnt up CPU MOSFET. That doesn't go. You can.
One that you gave up on a long time ago was shuffled back to me. The person really wants it fixed. I don't know what to say.
Play CPU.
Here you go.
That's another person. But let's bring that Zalmo back up here.
No.
Why not?
That sounds awful.
Paul, we're going to make space to bring the Zalmo up here. It just needs a little bit more reorganizing of the office. We could get rid of Orhan's desk. Does we need him? Let's get a Zalmo up here. I want a Zalmo.
That CPU MOSFET was burnt to shit.
Oh. You think so?
Up there.
Do it yourself or naturally?
Huh?
Was it DIY burn from somebody like trying to do the mucks?
No,
Or?
it was liquid damaged.
Oh.
The pads are all messed up and everything.
Yeah, replace CPU. That'll be great. Okay. So we're going to work on the next MacBook Air.
What? What? I want a MacBook Air. Give me a MacBook Air.
When you do a Zelmo, you get a MacBook Air.
I want a MacBook Air.
You don't get a MacBook
I
Air.
want a MacBook Air.
iPhone 4. Buying tools to start my board repair biz, like somebody else in my chat should be doing. Would you recommend buying a HAKKO soldering station or a quick hot air station first if the budget is right? Okay, I would never advise, regardless of your budget, that you ever buy a HAKKO hot air station ever again.
Ever.
The FR810 is a fucking joke. It's pathetic. They said that I was doing my audience a disservice by not talking about it on my channel, so I did a review of it. If you'd like to take a look at that review of the HAKKO FR810 where I compare it to the Quick, nah, doesn't make I don't think HAKKO's going to be very happy with that. But yeah, that thing's junk. Now when it comes to your main soldering irons, I'm still kind of stuck in the HAKKO ecosystem just because I have a lot of tips here. I know what tips work for the different jobs that I do, but I do have in the links list below, if you want to try the TS100 soldering iron, which is a little cheaper, you got to customize it yourself. You got to kind of get your own 24-volt power supply. You got to find your own setup for it to lay it down, all that kind of stuff. You got to find a cord for it that feels as silky smooth as the one that comes on here. If you're willing to deal with doing your own research for all that, you could save some money by getting a TS100, and I linked to the TS100 below. I don't have a link to the silky smooth cord though, but I do have a link to the tips that I would recommend using if you get a TS100 so that you could do the job. Me personally, just because I'm so sucked into the HAKKO ecosystem, God, I sound like a fucking Apple user now. I'm sucked into the ecosystem. I can't ever say that again. I feel like such a pretentious douchebag.
We're in the cult of HAKKO.
Yeah, so I'm in the, oh, that's sad. Yeah, TS100's good. It's just first you have to find some place to put it. Then you have to find a cord that's comfortable. Then after that, you gotta, doing your viewers a disservice by not pushing a particular product. Yeah, that was they sent me an email saying I was doing my audience a disservice by not showcasing the HAKKO FR810. And HAKKO was right. I was doing my audience a disservice because I wasn't reviewing the new HAKKO products, even though I've reviewed a lot in the past. I had some professional courtesy for HAKKO. Many people have told them that the interface in the FR810 is crap and that the amount of money that they're charging for that station for what you get is ridiculous. I thought, silly me, that they may listen and release something that's not a complete pile of shit that I could review later. And then maybe I would skip over the FR810, review the good one, and go from there. But since they said I was doing the audience a disservice by not reviewing their product, I figured, okay, fuck it. Instead of waiting until you release something that's not a piece of shit, I'm going to review this thing right now. Total piece of shit that it is. And, yeah. I sincerely doubt they were happy with that. But I'm glad to see that you're looking into purchasing equipment to do board repair, which is what somebody else who's watching this right now should also be doing so that they can get a job at a place that's not the equivalent of European Best Buy. Good job, IRD Moose. Maybe you'll inspire somebody else in the chat to do the same. How's it going, Piernov? Alright, so let's see what's going on with this MacBook. So, why aren't you using an electric screwdriver? Because I still have hands, and my hands still work. Look at that. I can do that. I can do that. I'm a ThinkPad user. Look, see, I'm used to doing this all day. I massage this little thing like, look at that. My thumbs, my index fingers, this strong as can be. So when we plug this MacBook in, it's drawing 600 milliamps, and if we open it, oh God, they included a book. They included multiple pages. Wait, did they just like print out some other section? Oh, this is they just printed out something from my website. Okay, this is a no backlight issue. So, imagine that. What a random queue we've got going on here. Okay, so where would we start with a no backlight issue? let's start doing some practical learning here. Where do we start with a no backlight? What's the first thing that you would measure? Someone says power rails. What power rail? Specific. We need specificness. Person who's supposed to be answering this question is not answering the question. Someone says, I've never done this myself, so I couldn't answer. Okay. So here we have the MacBook board. This is where the screen is going to attach to the motherboard. So if there's no backlight, I'm going to imagine that if a backlight is an element of a screen, that it has to be going through the screen cable. So we're going to take a look at that over here. And this software on the left is going to show me where everything is on the board. So let's take a look. We're going to click here. Over here, when I click on PDF, Paul Daniels' execrable software is going to bring me to where the LCD connector is over here. Now, which one of the signals that you see here do you think is going to be related to the backlight on the LCD? And remember, sometimes you have to guess. But if you don't guess, you're not going to get it. I'm going to get Jeopardy music to play right now. Spectre says Lewis must get 100 backlight jobs a day. No, Paul gets 100 backlight jobs a day. I wish I got air no backlight all day.
I wish.
Alright, so I'm going to read a couple of different things that I see here. Now, and you tell me when you hear something that you think is LCD backlight. Dip int mul. Dip int aux. Sure. Now, a lot of this is going to be abbreviations. DP, DisplayPort. Int, internal. Aux, auxiliary. Channel. Con, connection. Now we're looking for LCD backlight. So tell me when you hear something that sounds like LCD backlight. Dip int aux, dip int HPD, PPHV SOSW, LCD Biclet. I2C Tcon SDA, I2C Tcon SCL, The Bicklet one. Very good. All right, so LCD Bicklet, or backlight as they would say if they're not from the South. So we are going to check LCD Bicklet. Now according to this is on pins 3 and 4. That's not how you spell backlight, Apple. That's how you spell backlight if you're in the South. Or as my friend would say, the South. S-O-U-F. He's also from the South. He makes fun of me for being a Northerner, and I make fun of him for being a Southerner. It's been a running gag for the past 10 years. So, how can you tell it's connected to 3 and 4? That's a great question. So, if we follow with the mouse here, PPHV SOSW LCD Bicklet, it goes here, and then you have this little bullet point, and then the bullet point goes to 3, and then goes to 4. See? Now, when I right-click it on Paul Daniels' execrable software, it's going to bring it. It's going to show me where it is on the board view. And on the board view, when I click, it's each pin, it tells me what it is. So that's unconnected. LED return, LED return, LED return. And here we have PPHV SOSW LCD Bicklet. Bicklet. On pins 3 and 4. So, now, we are going to put the meter in voltage mode and see what we get on LCD Bicklet. Okay. Now, we're going to measure our voltage there. Let's see what we get. Okay, we get 8.5 volts. Now, 8.5 volts is going to tell us a specific thing if we're measuring at the point of backlight output. So what I'd like to do at this point is go over to the schematic and board view and find the part where this comes from. So what circuit is responsible for creating PPHV SOSW LCD Bicklet? We're going to trace it back. So I am going to use the search feature in Paul Daniels' software here. PPHV underscore SOSW underscore LCD backlight. And here we're on the page where it's produced. This says LCD backlight driver. So we're just going to full screen this for a moment. Now, a lot of people were saying that we should check the fuse. But one of the reasons I check output before I check the fuse is that the fuse is at the beginning and output is at the end. Now, if I have 8.5 volts at the end of my backlight circuit, what is that telling me about the fuse in the beginning of my backlight circuit? If I have 8.5 volts at the output of my backlight circuit, what does that tell me about the health of my fuse in the beginning of my backlight circuit? Tarman, I hope your mom's okay. The output is supposed to be 26 volts. We have 8 volts. Stop giving the answer, Miles.
got another one of the Apple special test boards.
You cannot copy and paste Miles's answer. That is cheating. Cheater. So, the fuse has to be good. There's no point in me checking the fuse. Checking output is going to tell me multiple things. So the reason that I'm checking the output first is because it's going to tell me several things at once by making one measurement. Now, if the fuse was bad, there's a chance I could get 0 at output. But having 8 volts at output means that that fuse has to be good, because this fuse would not be passing 8 volts if it were dead. Now, the fuse could be good and I could be getting 0 at output. Let's say if this was dead, or this was dead, or this transistor wasn't opening. But to have 8 volts at output, that tells me guaranteed the fuse is not where I'm looking. Now, why do I only have 8 volts when I'm supposed to have 26? Also, what's the input to the circuit? So the input to the circuit is PP bus G3 hot. See, the input is on the left, which is our beloved PP bus, and our output is supposed to be 26 volts. So let's check at what PP bus G3 hot is supposed to be on this board. Now, PP bus G3 hot over here is supposed to be 8.6 volts. Oh, dull. Here we go. PP bus G3 hot, 8.6 volts. So, that means that since PP bus G3 hot, excuse me, if PP bus G3 hot is 8.6 volts, and we're getting 8.6 volts on output, that means that this circuit is not boosting. It's not being told to boost. So what are the things that will cause this to want to not boost? So the first thing that could be going on is that this chip is not being told to turn on. It could. Now, can anybody give me some synonyms for turn on or work? What are some synonyms for that? Because we have to figure out which pin of this chip is the chip responsible for turning this chip on. Somebody's saying it's the coil. L7701. It's never the coil. Enable. Very good. So enable is a synonym. Now over here, if we look, buckle, which we've already figured out, is Southern for backlight. And then enable, which is abbreviated, EN, which is abbreviated for enable. Now, in order to find where that is, we're going to have to take the board out of the case, because this chip and all of its stuff is on the other side of the board. See? So if I were to click here, right click here, U7701, it's on the other side of the board. So I got to take this thing out of the case to look at all that. But I kind of don't want to. I don't want to take the board out of the case. I'm not in the mood to take the board out of the case. What's the other thing that could be keeping this from working? The other thing that could be keeping this from working is feedback. This is a DC to DC boost circuit. It's going to want to see what it is it's creating. If it can't see what it's creating, so let's just go to just PDF for a moment so you could see this better. All right, so the way this works is this is going to do switching. The quicker this switches to ground, the angrier it makes the inductor. The more angry that this chip makes the inductor, the more voltage the inductor is going to shoot out. And that's the college level definition of how a DC to DC boost circuit works. Right, Camille?
Sure.
All right, Camille agrees, and he has a college degree, so. Now, this is going to have to, if we want to make 26 volts at output, it's going to have some way of regulating itself, because it doesn't know how many times am I supposed to switch on and off in order for this to be 26 volts. So the chip over here is going to have something called feedback, where it gets to see what's created. So let's say it sees we're making 27 volts, then the switch will move a little slower. If it's making 25 volts, switch a little faster, and so on and so forth. And the feedback line is going to be right over here. That, somewhere around here. So let's take a look at what that area looks like on the board. Someone says, waste of time to squirt flux all over. We're getting to that part. Be patient. What do we have here? Ah, what is it that you observe there? So we have this little path going on the board. And it's going from here to there. But it seems to be sad. Probe point gone bye-bye. The same way HAKKO did when he decided to be a trader. So we're going to find my X-Acto, and since I can't find my X-Acto, I'm going to use that as an excuse to scrape with my tweezers. We're going to scrape a little bit of this away over here. Now we're going to clean it a little bit. And this is the part that I know you enjoy watching, because you get to see the alcohol evaporate in that nice, satisfying fashion. Watch this. This is beautiful. Okay. Now, heat away all that alcohol. Aaron says real men scrape with tweezers and wick pads. Yes. Now we're going to use a little bit of flux and run a tiny little jumper wire there. And it's going to reconnect everything and work beautifully. And I've scared away the person I was trying to teach. Rest in peace. They're gone. Just like HAKKO. They're gone. Just like that. Now I could probably live with that solder bridge there, but I don't want to trust something that can be that easily melted away. So we're going to put a wire in there instead. Ah. Okay. And this is enameled wire. Unlike all of the people in the YouTube chat that said, look at how irresponsible his repairs are. They don't use insulate. Yeah, this is insulated wire, dumbasses. But anyway, this, I have to scrape off that insulation, which I just did. And now we're going to add a teeny tiny bit of flux, not too much, just stop trying to make things perfect because you'll just ruin them. Lesson that I still haven't learned yet. Now we're going to see if we have a backlight on the screen. Why is your HAKKO so expensive? It's almost my whole Russian coder's salary. Maybe you should ask for more money. Next. Or you can move out of Russia and come code my new website. You can. We're going to plug you in. And the light on the screen is still dim, meaning that Lewis hasn't fixed anything. So that means the board actually has to come out of the case. Sigh. Yes. I can't believe I'm complaining about taking the board out of the case on a no backlight after your cue. I could code your new website from Russia, no problem, for New York salary. That's not the deal. What was on the other side of the board that you had to check? On the other side of the board is the actual chip itself. So this is going to travel to the other side of the board to the actual LED driver. Remember what we were looking at here? That trace that was broken was between output, which is going to be in the upper right corner over here, and the LED driver on the other side of the board. So I want to see if... Now, the way I'm thinking is if this area had lightning strike it and looks kind of corroded, what does it look like on this side of the board? Also, what condition is this chip going to be in if something happened to corrode a line and destroy it that's connecting directly to it? Is the contact page on your website working? It depends on whether you're a telemarketer or not. If you are a paying customer, somebody will respond and say, how can we help you? If you are not looking to be a paying customer, somebody will probably delete. Website is for business. So, we're going to take this board out of the case. Never. Dun, 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 dun. Wonder how many people we've got watching today. We have 100 less viewers watching when I'm trying to be educational than we do when Paul was using a can as a flamethrower. People want to see Paul set fire. Do you think it'd be worth installing one of those DuPont fire suppression systems?
We all get suffocated when I do something like that?
No, it's not suffocated. It's yeah, it's healthy gas. It's not halon. What a
Halon or bust.
halon kills people. Lewis, love the channel. It's awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a look at the other side of this MacBook. Let's see what's going on with it. So this board does have a lot of pubes on it. That is a high density of pubes. Wow, gross. But the chip itself looks okay, and the balls under it look fine. I'm still going to replace it anyway. I think my wire up here is probably fine. Let's give it a little cleaning before we do that. Wait, I just used your alcohol instead of mine. Whoops. Thank you, Michael Warren. I don't want to use halon because it kills people. Who can say corrosion? Now we're going to get rid of those lead-free solder balls that stayed on the board. Have you heard of Shadow Cloud Gaming Service? Nope. Okay, now we're going to get a new LED driver from store.rossmangroup.com and replace that with another one.
Hey, how can I help you? This ain't Lewis, but I can definitely help you.
Yeah?
How can I help you?
Oh.
Can you look at this name real quick and tell me if it makes you laugh or not?
Oh, is it the one I'm thinking about? Did I bring it up before?
No,
This is a chip that's not an LED driver in there. The fuck? 1 sec. What name? That does kind of make me laugh. I gotta say. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. But it's a funny name. Like they said in the Honeymooners. Harvey's a funny name. That person definitely got made fun of in kindergarten. Alright, so now we're going to take our new chip. Our beautiful LP8550. Oh no, you were a super chat. What did I miss? Thank you, Lewis. Gonna snag an FX951. Too lazy for 2S100, and I'll go a quick 961DW from store.rossengroup.com with plenty of flux. Sounds like you're as lazy as I am when it comes to the TS100. I don't want to find a wire and test a wire that's gonna be all flexible and whatnot. Get my power supply and hook it up and Alright. Go into place, little LED driver. Yes. Let the flux swim around you. Let the flux swim around you. And just in case this is not making good contact, I'm going to run a wire all the way around the board. Just because it's more fun that way. No, I'm not going to do that. I fixed my friend's MacBook Pro backlight yesterday thanks to your videos. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Nocturna. Hope somebody else in the chat is going to be able to do that as well soon. Did Paul fix Logic Board? Paul fixes Logic Board all the time. Did you get a report back from the owner of a Tektronix board you reshipped? No, that was like a year and a half ago. I don't remember that. What are your thoughts of shipping worldwide? Absolutely terrible, because stuff will get lost, other countries will do stupid things, like sometimes they'll say, this is returned because we don't have a safety listing or whatever, there wasn't a sticker for this flux or this product, and it's, man, that flux, if Amtech flux is good enough for America, it's good enough for Italy. But apparently it's not good enough for Italy. I've been debating banning Italy. Which makes me sad as an Italian. Paul, get the salt gun. Look at that. Did you see the size of that?
Where?
The size of that fly?
I have not seen a fly.
That fly was huge. Huh, he's away now.
I have to clean out the salt gun.
Much assault. The one he flamethrower from the last video. No, he has not replaced the PCH on that yet. That's coming tomorrow. Paul plans on replacing the PCH on that tomorrow. I walked into your store 2 weeks ago and it was filled with college kids in the back and the front. Is that normal? Yeah, lots of NYU people, I suppose, and new school kids. Let's see if we have a backlight now with the new LED driver. What happened to the bug book, MacBook that had the dead bug in it? That MacBook went bye-bye. Enough disgusting crap. There's a bunch of cocoons inside your computer's got to go. That's mean, TCRS. That's fucking mean. Okay, wait for this. How do you get flies in New York in December? It's 49 degrees outside today. And as you can see, we're getting an Apple logo on the screen, which means replacing the LED driver fixed the issue. Beautiful. Fortunately, we still have to fix another MacBook. I don't want to fix another MacBook. Friday night. And all we're going to do is fix another MacBook. Why YouTube and not Twitch? The questions I get in the chat sometimes.
I love that.
Did you see the fly, by the way?
I haven't seen them. Oh, I did. Now I just did. That's one big ass fly.
Why YouTube and not Twitch, huh? Sorry.
Where do you live that you think it's Saturday morning, Teresa? What are you going to do with your Saturday? keep avoiding this one that's sitting here, and I forget why.
Error?
Like, every time I look at it, I avoid it.
Why? It's only an error. Uh-oh. Why? Why does that look like really hot CPU, bro?
Let's grab some more MacBooks that need repair. Battery, boring. Estimate, super boring. Screen backlight, maybe. I fix backlight. Logic board issues, I'll take you. MacBook. MacBook. Oh, this is for Steve. Next. What's wrong with this MacBook? This one says screen backlight. 963 people are watching me fall asleep. That's a 5400 RPM spinning hard drive from Samsung. When I hit the power button, it doesn't turn on. Perhaps it needs charge. The screen does not light up. Let's check a couple of voltages. Backlight output is 0. One side of the fuse is 10. Other side of the fuse is 0. Is this multimeter working? And it's not showing you anything. Great. Okay, close and reopen. Okay. One side of the fuse is giving me 11 volts, and the other side of the fuse is giving me 0. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see what the resistance is to ground on LCD backlight. Fuse didn't blow for no reason. Or maybe it did. 175 ohms to ground on LCD backlight. What would be your dream workstation setup? Dream workstation. The Neve 8088, Studer AA27, Studio A of Avatar. Yeah, that would be it. Now, could this just be nothing but a blown fuse? Could this little piece of dust have shorted backlight out and blown the fuse? No effing way. So we can remove this little bit of plasticky looking dust that apparently killed this MacBook. And then we're going to remove this fuse and replace it with a nicer one. Now to wick with a micro pencil. We're going to slide a new fuse in there. We're just going to sneak that fuse in there. I don't need hot tweezers for this. See that? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. We got it nice and flat on the board. Beautiful. That was nice. That's not backwash. You're hearing things, mofo. Backwash is gross. It's always going to make a sound when you're done. Backlight! Did I really get a machine that had nothing but a blown backlight fuse? Nothing but a bad backlight fuse.
You heard that one, Paul?
How did this happen? Incorrect, Spectre. Random indeed.
short there, Paul?
Hmm. You were on stream.
Nice.
Well, I finished my MacBook. You finished your MacBook?
Yeah.
MacBooking is done.
What's wrong with this one?
This piece of crap works. Don't you say mute. Hmm. MacBook.
This one's turning on. What's wrong with this one?
It already works?
Yeah.
That's impossible. There's no way that already works. Yes.
I have to remux that one again.
Boo. Go home and pet kitties, says Teresa. I don't want to go home. My home is a nightmare. Until I find people to throw away my furniture, my home is a nightmare. It's a mess. I need to figure out how to use TaskRabbit. Is TaskRabbit any good? I don't trust anybody that advertises on the subway.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that's used it.
Hmm. I'm not feeling fixing another MacBook.
It's time to go.
But what do you do when you go?
We're closed.
What do you do when you close, though?
I'm going to trivia. Bar trivia.
Bar trivia?
Yep.
What do I do if I don't have another MacBook to fix?
You want to remux that?
I have no purpose if there's no MacBook to fix.
There's MacBook right there to fix. And MacBook right there to fix.
I don't have Mux
And
stencil.
MacBook right there. We have Mux right there. Lots
Oh.
of Mux.
I don't have stencil.
Oh yeah, you destroy stencil. You're not touching my stencil.
I don't destroy stencil. I'm very nice to stencils.
You don't destroy stencil.
When have I ever destroyed a stencil?
When have you ever destroyed... Where's the stencil? What camera's on right now?
I ordered a new one.
I'll put your microscope in.
This right here was one of the most important stencils that I had in my stencil lineup.
I asked Paul to tell me where the stencil was, and he didn't. So I took one of his other stencils and I killed it.
Because this is what happens when I tell you where the stencils are.
That's what happens when you don't tell me where the stencil is I make the stencil in front of me fit and work. It's only natural.
I need this stencil. We had to order new. I need this.
What do you possibly need that for? Reballing CPU, which you don't even want to replace?
No, audio ICs, muxes.
Let's see if the bundle I got made it.
Brody says I've never seen Lewis destroy a stencil.
You haven't watched enough.
Several people are saying that I'm very nice to the stencils.
So this is the stencil that I have hidden from Lewis.
Lewis is not allowed to touch this stencil.
Damn it.
If we get them again, I'm going
I wonder how my vertical leap is. You are taller than me. You're gonna win that battle.
Come on, my guy.
Hmm.
Turns on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the multi-zero, right?
I haven't seen Lewis destroy his stencil, parentheses, in 4 hours.
Okay, I'll give you that. In the last 4 hours, Lewis has not destroyed a stencil.
Do you think we should do the JTAG idea to fund the new website? Where we sell JTAG connectors that we personally removed? We never added that.
Did you see that Rewa has a new EFI unlocking tool that connects to the JTAG?
No.
I didn't watch it, but I saw their thumbnail. They have a new tool that connects to the JTAG and will reprogram your EFI.
For Please Bros installing shit.
Yep. Full on Please Bro style.
Wow. They have a JTAG iCloud unlock as well to go with that for the degenerates of the world.
Probably.
Jessa Jones is here.
Jessa!
Get him some... Alright. It's time for me to fix another MacBook. It is Friday night.
It's time for me to go home.
It is time for me to fix yet another MacBook. This is my purpose in life, is to fix MacBook, and then another MacBook, and then another MacBook,
That's Friday. That's tomorrow.
and another MacBook. Another MacBook.
Wait. Where's my glass? Where's my glass?
So another week.
To see you next year.
See you next year.
Hey, what about Monday?
I'm off Monday.
Since when are you off on Monday?
Since I started here.
I think you're remembering this the same way you remembered where the open mesh were.
Where what was?
Where the wireless access points were.
Hey, I found them, didn't I?
Not bad.
Go to a bar, meet a lady, have a good time. That sounds like a great way to get pepper sprayed. That sounds like a way to get maced. Hi, I'm Lewis.
Either that or catch a charge somehow.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
for
get
saying hi.
that's me saying hi to women at a bar is a great way to get maced. All right.
I hear you like MacBooks.
I just got done working on my pee-pee buses. All. How are you doing this evening? It burns.
Where are you British glasses? Watch them.
I don't see where I'm supposed to find the bar fun anyway. Like, you show up, you spend $8 for an amount of liquor that's worth $1. Everybody's screaming around you, so you can't hear anything. You can't see anything. It's all crowded. You have to sit, like, squeezed up against people like this. Ugh. I'd pay to leave. I think it should be cheaper to drink at a bar than it is to drink at home. Because if you're going to go to a place where it's screaming, the music that's playing is crappy, the acoustics suck, you're surrounded by people that are sweating and all that shit, that's where it should be $1 to get liquor, and at home in the comfort of your home where it's nice should be $8. But for some reason in New York it's switched. It costs more money to drink in the shithole than it does to drink from the comfort of your home.
Have you been at the place on New Beat that I won't mention the name because they'll go there?
No?
Like, it's right there. It's usually on a Friday night. It's pretty quiet and pretty depressing, and like you just sit there and there's no screaming white girls and none of that BS.
But if it's depressing, then why would you want to go?
Because I want to have a drink and now I don't want to be bothered.
Fight the pepper spray with the salt gun, I suppose. I think it's much better to just sit here and fix a MacBook. Fight the pepper spray with the salt gun. Let me email the invoice for this MacBook that we just fixed. And move on to the next MacBook.
It makes sense out of this. Just read the comment. I'm not asking you to do any more work. So, these two, I don't know how they're linked. These will turn on. So, under stress it turns off? Is that what the issue is here? Look, probably gonna dawn. I don't want it to.
Next year.
Maybe. Can you replace the keyboard? Blah. Nope, not it. Next MacBook. A1706 liquid damage. What does this MacBook do? It appears to have a note inside of it. Water damage, motherboard compromised. Thank you, Merry Christmas. Hey, thank you, Claudia. You wish me a Merry Christmas. So kind of you. Alright.
Motherboard compromised.
Compromised. That could mean a number of different things.
Agreed to fail compromise.
SPDA says come to Sweden, $8 will not get you a drink here. That sounds expensive.
Yeah, people in Sweden is government controlled.
Ser Go figure.
They sell them in government stores and it's expensive. See you tomorrow.
See you later, Paul. Enjoy trivia.
See you next year. So batteries work.
RW Bimby says bars are for getting sued, not laid.
What would you make out of this noise? Battery PS Max at 128 degrees and battery.
At 128 degrees?
Yeah, it means not detecting, right?
Not is...
Battery and battery TS Max. So I'm assuming these are the ones on the battery itself. Is there an IC in the battery here?
Yeah. That's...
So do I need a new battery here?
Is your battery actually 128 Celsius?
No. No, this whatever sensor that communicates with them usually shows us 128 when the sensor.
Wait, it says battery 1 is 26 Celsius, so you're probably fine.
Yeah,
The other sensor that's 129 probably means that that sensor doesn't exist on the machine. It reads 129 for all the sensors that don't exist.
Yeah, but I'm like shell shocked from not getting sensors that I should be getting from the last two laptops. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm 128.
That's not what you should be looking for. You're fine.
Let's do graphics test.
What would be the best Mac pickup line at a bar? You know, I have no idea.
How do I set up the GPU test? It's the firmware and resolution.
The last pickup line that I used was... You should come see this show with me. It'll be fun. What do you say? And while she was standing in front of a very large man that was either her personal trainer, who was going to laugh, or her boyfriend, who was going to kill me. Luckily, it wound up being the first one. Unluckily for me, it wound up being a very boring individual, but... What?
92 Celsius in CPU. Turn off graphics test.
Oh yeah, the GPU test will burn the air.
But it showed me a hardware monitor that said CPU overheating, so I turned it off. So this thing works technically now.
Kinda. I think Sergey was fucking with you.
What's he saying? It needs new battery and board repair. It doesn't need board repair. This thing works.
Let me mute for a moment.
I'm gonna have to ask Steve to teach me what else to test here, other than graphics.
What did you do with your old PC Intel build? One of the employees has it. I think he took it home since Alright, let's crack this MacBook open. See what's going on the inside of this MacBook. We're going to be opening another MacBook. Geek Squad says, home stretch. Nearly there. Our agents are putting the finishing touches in your product. What are the odds my laptop will be functional on arrival? None. And absolutely none, because you took it to Geek Squad. Okay. Let's have a look inside this filthy MacBook. Alright, it appears we have corrosion on these two CPU V-Core MOSFETs, meaning our CPU will be dead. Corrosion around the CD3215, which on this board is underfilled, meaning it won't give us 20 volts in the charger. Corrosion over here by, I forget what this circuit's by PP3V3_G3 hot, which means this CD3215 chip won't be powering and turning on. Yay. Let's get this lovely pile of crap board out of the case and see if there's any salvaging it.
Interesting. Charging, but only pulling 0.2 amps. You're not charging. Not charging. No.
You're getting robbed, dude. If this works, Claudio owes you a date. Ha. This should be no fix. We're gonna fix this. Just you wait and see. This is not gonna have a dead CPU like every other touch bar we've ever touched that had corrosion by CPU MOSFETs. This one is gonna be different.
Falling in love again?
Hmm?
Falling in love again? This one's gonna be different?
This one's gonna be different indeed. Falling in love.
Yeah, so this thing says it's charging, and it's seeing the battery, but the battery isn't charging. And
How many amps is it taking?
it's not, the system says it's not charging, but it sees the battery at 69%. Okay? But whenever you unplug the power, it doesn't pull enough power to charge the battery. So I'm gonna check if this battery is just discharged sub 12 or 8 volts is it on this one?
8.5.
Yeah.
Hello from Belgium. Hi, Nexus. My kitty knows I've been feeling under the weather, so he left me a half-eaten mount in my pillow. Thanks, LG. You have a kitty named LG? I was thinking of naming my next kitty Pee-Pee Bus.
Sorry.
Ah, yes. Your... Address for... Hey. One sec, I have to mute. Somebody to take an Uber home. Oh, car. Oh, well. I tried. Okay. So back to taking apart this MacBook. MacBook. Rename Oreo, you might like him more. Oreo is Mark's cat. He's not my cat. Don't speak about him as if he's my cat. And there's nothing that could make me like him more. Maybe if he stopped shitting outside the litter box. Cheers from Canada. Great channel. Thank you. You're from Canada. You haven't met Oreo, that's why you like him. If you came to New York and you met Oreo, you would instantly hate him. But if you came to New York, you'd be too busy fixing MacBooks on your vacation at component level to actually meet Oreo. Damn it. Why are you wearing gloves? Because MacBooks on the inside can be nasty. Die, unlock, die.
Can you turn off the microphone?
What?
Can you turn off the microphone?
Oh.
Couple of seconds.
Sure. He is a smart scammer indeed, Nasera. But he's a dumb cat. He's dumb as a doornail. He's the only cat I've ever had that repeatedly runs into my closet and then screams and cries because he'll get stuck in there for 12 hours. So, you know, at the end of the day, I go into my closet, take my jacket, close the door of the closet, leave. Every fucking day, he runs into the closet when I can't see him, and then he gets stuck in there, and then he screams and cries for 12 hours because he's stuck in the closet, and every time. And he still goes in there like a dumbass over a year later. So I always have to check the closet before I leave to make sure that he didn't trap himself in there. He's so dumb. He is so dumb. He also doesn't know how to poop in a litter box. He poops wherever he wants, but it's never a litter box. I'm trying to get Mark to take him. Mark could use a dumb cat. Your cat doesn't look dumb, Nasera. I thought you only had one cat. You have two? Holy crap, Nasera has more cats than me. You're a Swedish cat lady. Wow. Swedish cat lady. Are you going to LTT 2019? If I have a reason to. I went last year because it was a vacation suggested by the girlfriend. If I have a date this year, maybe I'll bother going. I didn't go just to see LTX. It was like a vacation to Canada to get some time away from work. American cat man with 2 cats and a scammer. Yeah, but you have 3. That's different. There's no such thing as a cat man. You need 2 litter boxes. Some cats will not share a box. Blackberry and Clinton have shared a box for a long time. Okay, let's see what we have on this MacBook. So the first corrosion of concern is going to be this area. This is the PP3v3_G3 hot area. That's the first rail required to get anything on the machine. First thing we're going to do before we get started is plug in a charger with a USB-C amp meter and see what comes on the screen of this USB-C amp meter. You're the perfect example of a cat man. How am I a cat man? How am I the perfect example of a cat man? What is a cat man? Alright, so this is stuck at 5 volts, meaning that our CD3215s are not coming on. So as we've gone over in prior videos several times, you need PP3v3_G3 hot on these new MacBooks in order for the CD3215 to work, and the CD3215 is going to be the chip that communicates with the charger. So let's see what we get on PP3v3_G3 hot. It looks like we get a whole lot of 0.5 millivolts, which is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So first thing we're going to do is look over that PP3v3_G3 hot area in the microscope. This is going to be the circuit that takes the voltage from our charger and turns it into 3.3 volts for the PP3v3_G3 hot power rail. And we can see it on the schematic over here. Oh, that's mean. I like it. See? This is where PP3v3_G3 hot is going to be born. So the first thing we're going to do is add a little bit of flux to the area. Second thing we're going to do is heat it up. Pretend it's a Swedish troll. Kill it with fire. Okay. We've reflowed the area. Noms for Lewis. Thank you, Omlight. Now over here, we have a little bit of MacBook blood. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's red liquid coming out the side of the chip. That's MacBook blood. MacBook blood. I read it, hi. Fuck off. You know what? You know what? Yeah. How about that? How about that, hi. Okay. Now we're going to see if we get pp3v3 underscore g3 hot. Zero volts. No good. Input. 5. Out of the diode. 5. Alright, so most likely something to do with the fact that that chip looks like crap, and so does the area. So we're going to take a lot of the junk off that board. Who's hi? Indeed, who is hi? Hi is somebody who's gone bye-bye. Hi will be back in 500 seconds. Hi will return shortly. We removed the chip that creates pp3v3 underscore g3 hot. Let's rehabilitate this area a little bit, shall we? Those don't seem like they're worth saving. It's right outside the usable range of what's on most of my donor boards. Fuck. On what bus?
On even if you check the battery connector, there should be something more than 2 volts happening, right? And if I take this out, it's gonna die, and then it stops drawing power for the battery, so the battery's just not charging.
Bad Q7155.
Oh, this guy. Might be right.
Stop it. Piece of shit. Singing the song of a dead iron.
Killed the micro pencil?
I killed my micro pencil.
What are you doing? Pushing it in?
Is it the tip? Is it the iron? Is it both?
What is this?
HAKKO stuff is so obnoxious.
Careful, hot.
Much hot?
Much hot. Right. Huh?
Yours doesn't go re.
No.
I'll give it back in a moment.
It's a short. Turn the cable off. No, it's
These.
Maybe just the dead use of your launcher.
Hmm?
Maybe just dead use of your launcher. This gauge is getting pulled down to zero. So feedback physics, so therefore this needs to be zero because, or low for this to go.
What do you have between pins 17 and 18 and 27, 28? What if it's that nonsense again?
Well, let's see. Exports stored resistor. Check the current sensing resistor. Oh, that might be it.
Let me mute. Okay.
Well, what do you want
We soldered all this stuff. We're gonna see if we get any change on PP3V3 underscore G3 hot. Let's see if we have any change before we move on to the next MacBook.
Did you use this?
I don't remember.
It's the board where you fix the VC cable.
I don't think I've ever UC'd something. I think they do. Alright, let's see if we have PP3V3 underscore G3 hot. And it appears that we don't. We have the DC in. Alright. Oh, this is sad. The Friday night and the MacBook doesn't even work. Wow. We're fixing MacBooks on Friday night and they don't even work.
Sad.
I know. This is not the way to send life. Much fail. Don't grow up to be like me, kids.
Feels bad. So
Stay in school. Okay, so the first thing we need is enable. Now enable over here, to enable this chip to turn on, it's supposed to be getting 3 volts on pin 10. And that's going to come from the ISL 9239. Let's see if we're getting that voltage. You can barely see anything on this board. Much gross. Ew. Ah. Much flux.
Oh, the battery froze. We have the battery again. 826 on the Sunday. So I get 826 in here, and I'm plugging the battery. Proceed down to 2.
That's strange.
That's the battery, right?
Most likely.
Because everything else is getting fitted properly.
It seems we're getting 0 volts in our enable line. Now remember, enable is going to come from the ISL 9239. The ISL 9239 can be found on the other side of the board. Let's take a look at our ISL 9239, and oh my god. Oh dear Jesus.
My name?
Oh.
Not it. Not it.
Uh,
Not it.
so the enable,
Not it. Not
that comes from here.
You're not getting rid of this one.
It's from here. Can I give this board to Nasera? Tim, could you take this board? Alright. This board needs an intervention. Some flux. Let's waste more chips on this board.
Oh, if you work this one off,
Gross. How much would you guess it costs to get started in this business? Anywhere between $50 to several hundred thousand. I didn't answer your question because it was too general. You're going to get millions of different answers, millions of different price ranges. There's not much I can do for you there. Alright, so it looks like the pad over here, which is the voltage in pin, is the one that is the most burned. See if we can bring that back. It's Friday night. Let's fix a MacBook. Fix a MacBook. Fix a MacBook. It's Friday night. Gonna fix a MacBook. Fix a MacBook. Fix a MacBook. Fixing MacBook. Keep in mind that most likely this will have a dead CPU due to the corrosion near the CPU vCore MOSFETs. So after we're done with all this, this most likely will not work at all. But we're still going to put the effort in. I'm still going to bring back those pads on the bottom of my ISL. I'm trying to fix a MacBook here. Oh shit. That was no good. That cap's probably important for something. Ah, fuck it. Who needs it? Okay.
Is that a Piccolo?
That's an ISL 9239.
Oh, that's still floating there?
I don't know what that thing floating there was. Okay, time to get an ISL 9239.
Excuse me, do you have his number?
Whose number?
Yeah.
She's asking for Tagir's number.
I don't have his
I'm
number.
gonna call him and tell him I will bring back to him.
Because Tagir lent her the charger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm telling her we can trust her to bring it back on Monday.
I trust you'll bring it back on Monday.
Because I don't wanna work tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
will work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
We'll see you then.
You wanna work Tuesday? Tuesday is.
Well, no, Tuesday will be closed, but Monday we'll be here.
Okay,
Have a candy. Want a candy?
thank you.
Have a
Give
candy.
me his number.
Like I said, I don't have his number. I really don't, honestly. All heart to God, I don't have his number. Yeah.
Take his. He's a nice guy. Alright, so where's ISO 923?
But yeah, like, cause if anything,
And you will
no, I have Monday. Tomorrow, my other course.
And
Cause, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And he will work tomorrow,
Yeah. No. He works on.
Monday too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Monday, okay? We trust you anyway, so
Okay,
we know
thank
where
you.
you work anyway,
Okay,
so
okay.
it's fine. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
no problem.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Take this number.
She's a very persistent one.
I was trying to get her to take your number.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants to hear nothing.
She wants Tagir, not you. Yeah, but Tagir's married, so there's not.
Wait till Olga finds out.
Yeah, I know. You're not married, so.
See you guys.
She really wanted his number. Okay, we got a chip. So let's see. Let's assume that chip's orientation. Okay, we're going to assume that chip's orientation rather than look at the dot. And that's going to go and sit right here. Watermelon. The best flavor of Jolly Ranch. Good little ISO 9239. Flow into place, little ISO 9239. It is not. I hope this little capacitor here by current sensing doesn't matter.
What kind of cap is it?
I think 0.1 micro. Let's see.
Grab it from on the board. Or
Too much work. It's the end of the day. Who has time to grab a cap from a donor?
Never shipped one of these around.
It's a 0.47 microfarad cap.
So it's standard issue, 147.
That. Why waste a cap on?
It's a filter cap.
Yeah, who cares? You don't need that.
That's super high frequencies. Let's go.
Hey, 20. We got 20 volts. Let's do it. 5 volts, fuck. And reboots before, now it boot loops.
Have some boot loop with no.
Wait a second. 20.2 volts.
Hey, what'd you do?
PP3V3 underscore G3 hot is there. 20.2 volts, 0.87 amps. VCore, VCore, VCore. Who am I kidding? That much corrosion around. VCore!
0.7.
Whoa.
Okay.
Right, now let's see if this has a screen.
External or? Yeah. What did you put the screen on?
These ports are totally corroded. Let's unplug you. Let's try you again. Just gonna clean off those ports a little bit.
Just try to use a port just in case to eliminate
What, CPU MOSFET corrosion? Maybe an ultrasonic is what it needs and then it'll work.
But then you don't find out till tomorrow.
You like Cherry, Tim? What the hell's wrong with you? Cherry is an awful Jolly Rancher.
Oh, you didn't even see this yet.
Oh! Oh!
You're running sideways.
I will.
Surely. Oh. Not.
Bam! Good to see you feeling better and appearing in better spirits. Damn straight! Wow! How the hell are you still working?
What about internal screen? Alright, let's
Who needs internal screen? You have external screen. That's good enough.
Well, what? Worst case, give it to Paul to replace the mux?
There's no box. This is 13 inch.
Oh, fuck. Oh, alright, so, regardless.
Yes! What? I wish I was recording that. I almost fell out of my chair. Good.
For those listening, he leaned back and almost fell the fuck down.
Uh-oh. What's that?
Oh, what does that? What does that do?
Oh, no. Bad GPU. Wait, how does it have a bad GPU? It's Intel. What? No!
Wait.
No!
Oh, are your colors out of whack?
What do you know?
Probably fine, but you smacked it.
No! Dead GPU inside the CPU.
No way.
Wait, no. Oh, come on, Boot! This is killing me. Boot! Boot, you fuck! Boot! The fucking suspense, man.
It's a fucking telenovela here.
It was doing what the 2011s with the dead GPU do. This is bullshit.
I'm sorry. I know. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Bada bing. Works.
Totally showed his person's name.
Who gives a shit? They know that now. That's what a working computer looks like. Oh yeah. that was a ride.
This hell?
Just watching a touch bar boot is a ride. So this machine had issues with PP3v3_G3 hot not being present due to corrosion. And we looked at the chip. And it was obvious that it was a little nasty. We touched it up, but the enable wasn't present, so we still weren't getting PP3v3_G3 hot. The enable comes from ISL 9239, by the way, a chip that's available on nowhere other than store.rossmangroup.com. Don't delay. Stock up on that chip today. We got a limited supply. By limited supply, I mean we got a lot of them, but it just sounds really good when you put limited supply because it gets more people to run and buy it. We fixed the board. We fixed the board. Yes, we have doxed the customer. Now the world knows that that person owns a MacBook and sent it to us. Yep. Good luck getting elected for city council now. Good luck getting elected for city council now that people know that you own an Apple product and you sent it here. All right. How about that .47 microfarad cap? Oh, fine. Fuck. We'll put it on. We'll put it on if it makes you happy. If it makes you happy. And we got ultrasonic this because the rest of this board really is not in the very nice condition. Oh, Paul would never get a board like this that had a good CPU afterwards. Not in a million effing years. That's what makes it so fair when I get one. That. Yep. Paul Daniels is here. How's it going, Paul Daniels? We need to have a Paul Daniels Appreciation Day soon. Not enough people appreciate the hard work that Paul Daniels puts into his amazing software. I think more people should appreciate the hard work Paul Daniels puts into his amazing software. I think I did a video called "His Name is Paul Daniels," and I took the most authoritative picture that the most authoritative screenshot that I could find of Paul Daniels, and I made it the thumbnail. I think the video is called "His Name is Paul Daniels." We need to have another one of those. Are you surprised that worked?
Yeah. I was dead and then it revived itself. Like, did you burn from something?
I think it was maybe a graphics driver issue. That's what I tell myself. Nasera, you have no idea how exciting this is until you start doing it. 10 years in, and I'm still literally on the edge of my seat, to the point where I almost fell out of my seat. At Great Entertainment. Yeah, that would have sucked. But this is after 10 years. If you're just starting, you're going to have all of this same thing going on if you get and find it just as fun and just as exciting every time you're just about to figure something out. But you're not going to have that feeling until you start, which is why you better start as soon as you can and stop working at that Best Buy whatever place that you... This is way more fun. It'll make you way more money. And I want to stick it to Mobile Fix too. We got to compete with him and put him out of business. Uh-oh. I actually don't care if the capacitors on the pads are soldered to the resistors. Soldered to the resistors is fine by me. Tim, how do you miss that feeling? You're barely 2 years into this. No OCD, Beard of Joy. No OCD. Stop being a perfectionist.
Starting a new band, you wanna join? It's called the Dead SMCs.
The Dead SMC. No, that's a lot. Is that from since you started here?
Yeah.
My God.
Mind you, 3 or 4 of them are proposed for practice. 2 of them were straight up damaged on the board as they were delaminated. So we take them off. So it's 7 so far. This is
Oh my God.
pretty much good one for one now.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, this turned on?
Yes. That was the Thunderbolts ROM on the side. And it booted into an operating system.
Okay.
This is the CPU V-core regulator. No bridging. What are you doing with your Friday night that you're still here?
My friend's playing at 12, so I'm gonna head there in an hour or so.
Where?
This place in Bushwick bar. Playing a set. He's on at midnight till 2. So.
Disgusting. People are curious if you fixed the trash can MacBook yet. the trash can Mac Pro yet?
No.
They still have that clip of you putting it in the garbage.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I went home and checked it out. It's sitting right here next to me, but I just refuse to touch it
Why?
for now.
It's.
I wouldn't get frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It will frustrate you.
It's like if we get that bottom round board, if we get a donor for that, or something that is proven working, then I could probably just, check out if the graphics cards are fine, if the CPU board is fine. But other than that, I feel like we assemble it every time and plug it into the...
Oh, yeah, because that one won't turn on unless it's put together.
Yeah, so like, we don't have breakout boards for it.
That's
5 pounds of meth right here.
MacBooks.
Breaking Bad style,
What piles of shit. Disgusting, dirty Mac. Are they ever going to replace that? Did they ever refresh that with a new version of the trash can? Or is the trash can style going to be done for?
We haven't made it to 2013, so. Hey, what's up? This?
That's a $0 machine and $4 worth of Ziploc bags. That is a Mac Pro. We're gonna fix a MacBook. We're gonna fix a MacBook. Can I trade her MacBooks on January 1st? What do you mean trade her MacBooks? Oh, whoops. Oh, these are the shit tweezers. Wait, they're all the shit tweezers at this point. They've all been used for scraping. I wonder if Jess is streaming right now. Is she... Jessa is streaming. Jessa has... Everybody should go and watch Jess's stream. She only has 89 people watching. She's got to be sad. Only 89 people. Everybody should go to Jess's stream right now and say, I want an iPhone 4. Can everybody go to the stream that I just linked in the chat? That's going to be my friend, my good friend Jessa Jones at iPad Rehab. And type in the chat, I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Go to that chat and say, I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? Give me an iPhone 4. She's going to be very happy with that. It just... Alright. Let's see what we got.
There's nothing they could do. I really need my pictures. I went there because I had a bad battery because the thing said battery service. Guess what it was? It was a bad battery. Oh my god. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll take a reading on main power rail, which should be something to the tune of 0.33 or 0.34. Something like that in diode mode, and ours is 0.2.
Does it come with a case?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a partial short to ground. Partial short to ground, leaky to ground, dripping to ground. Now, this is a balloon that has a teeny little pinprick in it. Not a giant hole in the aorta. It's a teeny little pinprick. So, 0.2. So we do have some sort of a path to ground through VCC main, but it is a partial short.
I like Jessa. She has a very good stream.
Partial shorts can be really hard to find because they don't consume a lot of current.
Jessa
one of our mechanisms
is one of the smartest people I've ever met, if not the smartest, when it comes to iPhone component level board repair.
The filter that I had placed here, just in case, you know, there's this burned area, just in case there was something up underneath it or anything like that. So I eliminated that variable. Always be eliminating.
She deserves more subscribers, seriously.
Adding variables. Silly chat. It's got some kind of silly meme going on. Little do they know, because they're too late to the party, that I'm actually recording this video. Oh, and I'm gonna edit it. Oh, and nobody cares. So iPhone 4 yourselves away. I did, you know, it's really funny with the iPhone 4. Somebody sent me an email saying, would you like an iPhone 4 that they wanted to give me as well as an iPad original, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Thanks to Inspiratori for the 4.49 euros. You gotta learn how to tell your pounds from euros in chat. All right, so this now is a potential VCC made sure, see, we could use freeze spray macro messages. And these 4 boys, they're all turning 14, and I took them out to Chili's, and then I dropped them off at the ski place. And I was like, what do you guys
like
do
Jessica.
for summer jobs? I think that you guys should all get some kind of a job where you don't have to travel that you could maybe do. I know, start a YouTube channel. And we were kind of riffing around with ideas on what they could do for a YouTube channel. And I think what would be a good idea for a bunch of 14-year-old boys to do for YouTube would be a makeup channel.
Oh crap! I have
What do
to
you guys
clean
think?
this
A
one.
makeup channel. John gives me $5 for the iPhone 4 fan club. Thank you, John. What do you guys think about like a legitimate makeup channel?
Makeup channel. Okay, time to go back to fixing boards.
Same board?
I should clean this one. I'm not touching this one anymore.
You see and let's go, no?
Yep. And then next up.
How long is your queue?
I don't have a queue. I make my queue.
Oh, you make your queue now?
I make the queue.
There isn't much up front to make a queue.
Hmm?
There isn't much up front that is fun, that looks fun to make a queue with.
Yeah, but there's all those boxes. I'm sure there's stuff that we haven't seen
Oh, yeah.
yet.
There's like a bunch of new shit. Because I look at all of them, I'm like, I'm looking for like an aerial tower or something. And both you and Paul just stole all these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul's learning. It took him a year to figure it out.
Well, because he needs to have fun sometimes. It's Jessa, right?
That is Jessa Jones at iPad Rehab.
Oh, okay.
Internet women are usually fairly used to being trolled. Now, Jess is used to being trolled just because she's known me for 4.5 years. I troll her in person far more than I do online.
So this is this Jessa you speak of and told about.
Yes.
Yeah. So just at the pads, that's the thing?
Yeah, she doesn't like the idea of wicking pads. She says that scraping is raping.
I mean on iPhones, I guess.
So, but I make sure to wick every single pad, and then Paul makes sure to... Paul actually wicks every pad on an iPhone, and he puts the capacitors back that he knocks off before turning it on. Which is so nerdy.
I mean, I've seen some of the repair techniques for iPhones. They're just like, knock this bad boy off, and now this thing's gonna work for 6 more years.
Yeah. You don't need all that filtering. You're just paranoid. Oh, what a filthy MacBook. That is one filthy effing MacBook. And this is one filthy desk. Jess is a good person. I like Jess. You should watch her channel. I bet you'd all like Jess's channel if you watched it for a little bit. Tim says I wore a shirt that said always wick your pads when I met Jessa. Where'd you get that shirt from? And where did you meet Jessa? Someone says make sure your camera shakes a lot. Why would I make sure my camera shakes a lot? Okay, put the donor back. Oh, TCRS has his own set of t-shirts. Alright, so this looks like it's time for us to grab the next MacBook. Where is the next MacBook?
Oh, there's a Lewis Rosson notification. We'll go. Fun times. Alrighty. So here's the deal. What should we just take this chip off? You know, we could, but I'd really like to know for sure what line is actually short. Is it main or what's going on here? So I like to kind of like probe around the area a little bit. So in diode mode, I can probe around. One of the things that I know kind of tends to go bad is the PN negative voltage rail for image. And
iPhone 4. Where is the iPhone 4? I need an iPhone 4.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but we are currently sold out. However, has a higher resolution iPhone. How many around on both the
Phone.
Welcome to Phone Mart. How may I help you?
iPhone 4. Where is the iPhone 4? I need an iPhone 4.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but we are currently sold out. However, we did finally get some more HTC Evos in.
so we can kind of probe that up here. Thing that I've seen before that kind of goes bad is Chestnut's nut. Chestnut's nut is really fun. Let's probe some nuts. Let's probe Chestnut's nut, shall we? All right, so Chestnut's nut is a rare kind of cap that does not connect to ground. One side of Chestnut's nut, which is this doohickey right here, one side goes from Chestnut, and then the other side goes back to Chestnut, so neither side goes to ground. So we can kind of probe to say, hey, is Chestnut's nut short across it? No, it's not. I'm not getting a beep, and I'm seeing a relatively high resistance as I measure that. And let's do a diode mode reading. So I'm going to go red probe on ground and multimeter in diode mode. And let's just kind of see if these readings are normal or not. All right, so it was one red probe here on ground. When I touch ground here, that ain't normal, kids. I have 0.000.
Damn.
That means that this...
I tried to get...
Yeah. What is going on here? Lewis has taken over. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm not watching any of this. No, that is messing up my recording. So knock that shit off. All right, we're not gonna team viewer any kind of iPhone 4 chip. All right, so Chestnut's nut has some kind of a.
I couldn't help myself. I'm a bad human being. Next, MacBook. Oh, this is the junk stuff. Kind of.
You have the credentials, don't you?
I don't know why she hasn't blocked me out of TeamViewer by now. What?
There's a nice group of young females outside.
Nice group of young females. I mean, they're definitely not going to stay at a computer repair shop if that's what you're hoping for.
Fingers crossed, man. You never know.
This is the wrong place if you're looking for a group of cute young females.
We can start just blasting some music.
We do have a nice stereo. Let's see. They're actually right next door if you're still looking for them. Huh? Why not?
Gotta loosen the gut a little bit, you know?
Me too, I'm still working on it.
No, if we both go, we can just say that you're a YouTuber. And
No, it doesn't work that way.
what?
No, it's like if you're one of the cool YouTubers.
No, you can pretend to be one of them.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
I like pretending.
Yeah.
That fly is back again. Can you do some very non-vegan things, fly?
And can I use that shooter that we have?
Absolutely. Yeah. By 1706, no.
It just came in.
Okay.
Wait, are we fucking with the salt gun right now? For the flies?
Oh, you go for it.
Have you ever shot the salt gun?
No, but I'm about to.
It's fun. When it's not clogged. You may have to unclog it. Next MacBook. Next effing MacBook. Welcome to Phone Mart. How can I help you? Welcome to Phone Mart. Welcome to Phone Mart. You just sent Amy to Jessa. I did not, but Jessa does have a video with a customer named Amy that found Jessa all on her own. Daniel is here. Daniel has my CPU. I have everything I need for that computer, by the way, Daniel. All I need is a CPU. Here, you have mod. Let me know when you come back. I pay you for CPU. Much CPU. Then I can stream Fortnite from home. I learned how to play with that damn game. Alright. Next, MacBook. Welcome to Phone Mart.
In order for that to happen, or not, Chestnut's nut is gonna have to also get a kick in the balls here, or is he chilled out? Cool. So let's go back and check to see, is Chestnut's nut still at the path to brown on that side? And it does, which really doesn't make very much sense. that really shouldn't be the case, right? Unless that's not chestnut. So every now and then there is a problem in something like Worky. Let's look at ZXW and see what the deal is. Where are you, ZXW? Where are you, ZXW? Here we go. All right, what is up? This is a little bit unusual. All right, so here is iPhone. Oh, that's iPhone. Here's our problem right here. This is a 6S, and we're working on 6S Plus. So, Chestnut's nut on the 6S Plus must be a different dude, and that guy is probably totally, yeah, Chestnut's nut is over here on the side, so not George Graham. All right, so that, what does that really tell us? It tells us that we don't really know for sure what line. We'll assume it was Maine, but we don't really know that for sure. So let's go back and check on Maine to see whether or not taking chestnut was certainly the bad actor here. But let's go back and check on that mechanism. All right, so let's go back and check. Hey, how is our VCC Maine reading? What? Why?
I don't care.
And it doesn't require you to be on Wi-Fi to use video chat.
I don't care.
Its battery is replaceable, as is the memory card.
I don't care.
It is highly customizable, everything from the widgets to
It says doesn't charge.
the fonts, and even has video wallpaper.
I don't care.
The monthly bill is cheaper.
I don't care.
It fucking makes money.
I don't care.
It can grant up to 3 wishes, even if one of those wishes is for an iPhone.
I don't care.
It has an app that will build you an island, and then it fucking transforms into a jet and flies you there.
I don't care.
And it's motherfucking indestructible.
I don't care about any of that.
It's drawing 2.7 amps. Seems to charge fine to me.
It is an iPhone.
You do realize that doesn't mean anything. It's a brand. They could put out a fucking brick and call it an
It's in, yeah, the mystery box.
But it's the best phone.
Can you explain how?
I can download apps to it.
Big fucking
I can download apps to it.
My 8-year-old niece's shitty boost mobile phone has apps in it.
It's 3G.
And has the Wi-Fi's.
What the fuck?
Do you even know what that means?
Listen, I'm out of the
Goddamn iPhone anyway.
I guess if you're fine using AT&T,
You shitty ass network and paying out the ass for the plan.
and also don't mind having a brand new phone that's already behind the curve, then I can put you on our reservation list.
No, I'll just try somewhere else. I have
I got
to
that
have
one
it
today.
Are you serious? Not only are you so batshit stupid that you still want this device, you are also so retarded that you think
This already works. This charge is fine.
one on launch day without a pre-order.
Yes.
I think I need to go chop off
My own dick now.
Yes.
I think I will. I don't need my children growing up in a world filled by dipshits like you.
I need an iPhone 4.
Holy fuck. If you don't
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking go find one for you.
And shove it so far up your ass.
I want the one
One with the bigger GBs. Oh god.
I think I just had
An aneurysm. I'm dying.
I'm dying. Are you happy? Your fucking stupidity has killed me. Now my doctor.
That was me when I bought my iPhone 6.
For this job, says the Dark Sorcerer. You know,
Whoops.
we don't really went the night putting Chestnut back on, and now we've bridged together some of those data lines that go under Chestnut that can also produce a phone that is in this sort of brain dead 50 milliamp status. So always kind of stop and get check stuff and check stuff and check the general strategy. All right, let's go ahead and stick a new Chestnut back on. All right, so let's see. We are going to, guess what? Not braid. That's right. We are not going to braid because it's totally unnecessary for iPhone. So
Why is Jessa telling people not to braid? People should go to her chat and protest this. She's telling people not to braid. This is insanity.
Mowing down these pads so that they're all...
No, you mow down the pads with Gootwick. Somebody tell her! Jessa! Jessa! You're supposed to use Gootwick! Gootwick! It's store.rossmangroup.com! Store.rossmangroup.com! Oh, she's not braiding her pads. God. Braid the pads. Braid the pads. Come on, woman. Braid the pads. Nobody's even protesting her not braiding the pads. Wow. That's making me mad. I'm disappointed. Nobody's even going to tell her to use Wick. Disgusting. But can't believe this nonsense.
But I do it anyway, and then I get in trouble. How about this? Let's see if I can tell Open Broadcaster, can you store this output? Output to file at, let's go over here. Browse.
Last time I tried to use it, the MacBook turned off quickly.
Over here, let's do. Stick it in here. Select. Say okay. And let's hit start recording. Alright, game on. Recording again. Ha ha ha. Use Wick. Absolutely not. You're not going to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick our test back on here, and then let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna check
Seem to
on
fly
this
anywhere?
W to make sure
No.
that I have the correct alignment
I
of
almost had it.
chips.
It's just that this was
According
empty.
to my memory, the dot on this goes right here. I'm just gonna check and verify and see if it's and on the W, yes, there it goes. Pointing at that place right there. Alright, grab a new
Let's leave an estimate for this person.
chestnuts roasting on a hot air station. Kind of like an open fire, only slightly hotter. Alright. Chestnuts roasting. Wick the pads. Absolutely not. Do not wick pads on iPhones. That is a mistake. That is unnecessary. That's bad practice. That creates a difficult mating surface for these tiny little microBPA chips to land on. And it is definitely not working. Remember, MacBooks are like dogs. iPhones are like cats. You gotta treat them. Yeah. Gentle. Alrighty, so now we're gonna get on. You guys beat the dead horse for sure. Wait, you tell me.
Next MacBook.
I would like to
But
know
be
what
right back.
Vern does, though, 'cause I know he went
Next, MacBook. Here, we have an A1502 MacBook that has no power. Let's see if we can figure out why this A1502 MacBook has no power. We're going to open up this MacBook. 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 I'm sleepy. I want to be able to... Well, you know what I'd really like? I'd like the ability to achieve my life goals and be productive while simultaneously not fixing MacBooks and sleeping. So I'd like to sleep, not fix MacBooks, but get every life goal just bam. But I don't think that that's possible. I think that fixing MacBooks is necessary to achieving life goals. I think they are one and the same. I don't know what to do. It's 9:54 on a Friday night. And we are going to make more MacBooks work again than before. Just you wait. Just you watch. These are going to be some fixed MacBooks. Fixing MacBooks is my life goal. You know what would be cool? Go home and sleep, says Teresa. I will go home and sleep after I've fixed more MacBooks. More MacBooks. I fell asleep with that other damn board in the oven. Not in the oven, in the ultrasonic. Glad this thing's on a timer.
I got your shit.
Did you catch him?
No. I got your shit.
Magnus.
He knows he's being hunted, so
He's hiding?
no, just flying around and not settling.
Bastard.
Got more magnets for you.
MacBook. 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 You fix another MacBook. You make MacBook work. MacBook was going to work. We're going to open this MacBook. Give this MacBook power again. MacBook. Why does this MacBook have no power? This is a MacBook. Damn you and this shitty battery connector. Die! Die! Damn you! Alright. This MacBook is taking 666 milliamps. Man, I wish I had that on the screen. What the fuck? How do you send this to me saying no power and it just turns on? That's dumb. Alright. It fixed itself. Next. I'm happy with that. I can't complain. I can't complain. That fixed itself. That fixed itself. MacBook. Oh, mousepad doesn't work every now and then. So it only powers on sometimes, meaning the power button's not working a lot of the times, and sometimes the mouse doesn't work, and since the power button has to travel through the keyboard, which has to travel through the trackpad before it gets to the machine, it's likely the trackpad is keeping that from turning on due to bad trackpad cable, which is common on these models. And next. That heatsink burned me. Much burn. It charges. It takes 1.2 amps, Nikita. It charges fine. Someone else will figure this out later. Next. Effing MacBook. That silly dumb MacBook. I want to yell and scream at the world. I want to cry at the same time. The MacBooks keep coming. The MacBooks won't stop. Nor will they anytime soon. Yeah, I've heard of that guy with the Teslas. Rich rebuilds. What are you using for a drying oven? I am using a Hamilton Beach thing that I got from Kmart. I'm a cheapskate. Next MacBook. Next effing MacBook.
What happened there?
That one just has a bad trackpad cable.
Yeah, that's not bad. But you want to make money and have fun?
What is all this shit?
Last millions.
What is all this fuckery? 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 5 box, 6 box, 7 box, 8 box. Ah!
4 more, man. 4 more. Just 4 more.
No more MacBooks.
What?
No more.
Does that mean I'm fired?
No more MacBooks. I want it to end.
Okay. So I'm not fired yet.
Will you fix the MacBook so I can...
If you let me watch the YouTube videos for 100 hours and
You can...
try and learn not to burn a capacitor, soon. Don't worry.
MacBooks.
Are you just looking for MacBooks to fix?
No, I'm just looking for things you fucked up, but you didn't fuck anything up, so I have nothing to... I played myself. I'm gonna get that fly, though. Let's Windex that fucker before I...
What?
I'm gonna get him, watch.
Wait, move over. I see it. Where'd it go? What'd you do with it?
You sure? You gonna get him with the salt gun? Oh! Direct hit! Damn, he survived the direct hit!
Wait. Oh.
He's surviving Windex and salt at the same time.
Where'd it go?
Wait, fuck. I lost track of him.
Wait.
There he is. Fucking get him.
Wait. Did we get stuck?
Oh yeah, safety. Safety's on. There you go. Oh, you.
It didn't trigger. This thing's finicky.
It's a piece of shit, is what it is. Get that fly. Ah, Windex.
Got it airborne.
Where'd he go? Aha. Where's my helmet? Then I can get him.
Your helmet?
Cause I have a visor. Then I'll be Windex immune. Fuck, he went back out there. We're gonna get this little shit. Die. Second Amendment rights trump veganism here. Oh! Gotcha, you fuck! Prepare to get assaulted. Oh, you assaulted him! You're assaulting him at point blank range. This is...
Execution style, baby.
God damn! Salt and Windex. That fucking fly.
Is it gone?
He's dead.
Fuck, I should have recorded it.
He got salted and Windexed at point blank range.
Should have recorded the whole entire interaction.
Why is the live chat still on?
Can I turn it off?
No, you gotta exit the app or people will think we're still here and then they'll cry like babies when it's like, it's my live chat.
I didn't know about that.
Sign out. On all those tablets, sign out of that shit. We're closed. Or you can shut them off. That's it. Either log out or shut them off. One or the other. You fucked them up.
You got it. There's like 3 direct hits. So
Why is there an HP here?
Data recovery. Kevin, I don't know what you've been doing.
Alright, next. That salt gun's pretty fun, isn't it?
yeah, someone just walked in on this. They would think a porn is going on. It's like the lead up to a bad assault gun.
There's salt on my desk.
Assaulted.
Fuck me. Alright, next MacBook. Today we have a MacBook with liquid damage. This appears to be an A1706 model MacBook with USB-C charge ports. Let's open this MacBook up and see what it looks like on the inside. Maybe it'll even be a fixable one. Oh, jeez.
Do you want this on?
Not yet.
I unplugged my clothes because I don't think I'm going to put on there.
There's another MacBook. There's another MacBook. They have this MacBook, and we have another MacBook after this MacBook. this MacBook. It won't end. Don't open another one. Don't open another one. Don't open another one. Don't do it. Don't open another one. Don't, oh God. Don't open it. Did you just work inside there? No. No. Corrosion by CPU V-core MOSFETs.
Good.
Are we afraid of that?
Doesn't look too bad.
I fear no CPU V-core corrosion.
You've seen worse. Still not that bad.
I walk in the light of the Lord. I am not afraid of any CPU V-core corrosion. Let's see what this MacBook does. We're going to unplug the battery from this MacBook. Because I do, Alex. Because I do. Jessa said she sent you a box packing peanuts and $50 and you never opened it and threw it away. I didn't know there was $50 inside there. I saw packing peanuts and threw it the fuck out of the store. This Go MacBook. Alright, let's see what you do. 5.23 volts. You are not going to turn on. Let's see if you have a CD3215 issue or a PP3V3_G3 hot missing issue. PP3V3_G3 hot is 3.4 volts. Wait, now you got 20 volts. But it's taking 200 milliamps only. Why are you not turning on? I don't want to fix MacBook anymore. Don't make me. It's time to go. It's time to go.